The snow outside is truly beautiful. I'm about to go for a walk. It's a blessing to be able to get out of bed. Uh, January like didn't exist for me as a month. Like I was in bed the entire time. It was horrible, partially because of COVID. Um, Got it. Finally caught it. Never had it before. But what I wanted to discuss in this video is I'm going through another life change. You know, as I guess you could say a um, cerebral and creative person. I'm really I'm more perceptive than most people, and uh, just an honest examination of myself, not something to brag about or not brag about, just part of my personality. Anyways, so I'm going through another stage, and you would think as you get older, of course, there's gonna be changes and stages, but they'd be less dramatic, and that has not been the case. I feel like this kind of like late 20s phase I'm in, I would say it's the trimming of the fat stage, you could say, that happens when you accumulate wisdom, hopefully from experience, because unlike what a lot of people say, typically people that are not full of wisdom, is experience, aka age, definitely does not mean that you're gonna accumulate wisdom. Wisdom comes from suffering and reflection, etc. And a lot of people do not do that. They go along for the ride and they do not accumulate wisdom. I digress. So I was having a conversation with, my best friend, also probably the smartest person I've ever met, and I've had conversations with very very successful people, right? He's reached a point now when I talk to him where it's just like it actually feels like I'm talking to a upper echelon philosopher, where it's just like, wow, man, it's like I just begging him, write this down, like write this down, because it's just it's truly a spectacle to behold. He also, when he chooses to use that type of thinking for humor, hilarious. And it's just the thing is, and this kind of does go back to the stage I'm in, right? Too. One of the lessons you learn is even if you're only above average in something, if you just stick with something, most people would just drop out. It's like one of my friends, more like an acquaintance, also gave me some of that stuff you puff on back in the day type thing. I saw him get a gig in Atlanta, and as a musical producer, he wasn't anything special, but he just kept doing it day after day, right? And it's just everyone dropped out, he didn't, right? So I'm at this stage, and it's truly depressing because the cutting of the fat, it really is painful, in both intra and interpersonally. It just sucks, but it's something that you have to do if you want to successfully transition into true success. I'm finally reaching a point. Obviously, my situation is different than most because I've had to waste a lot of times, dramatic, very very sick, but where you can really start to see yourself reach heights and get recognition and such. So, but man, it's just painful cutting off these people. It's painful realizing just that how complex things are, and how much things truly are about luck. But I I am really excited to get back into logging because I really am starting to figure out what it is I'm going to do, both financially and just living as a human being who I am. What negative um, things that are both within you and created within you through negative experiences that have to be cut off, and the positives amplified. So I'm really excited to do these logs. But and I'll tell you what, let's say about a month and a half, if I reach certain milestones where, like, no urinary tract infections, um, no hospital visits, and reach a certain level with medication, um, both with benzodiazepines and opiates, that we will be out of the dying logs because I will actually feel safe enough where I can stay. Um, I took this gamble with the surgery, and it's paid off. And God, has it been a mess, and God, has it been painful. But finally, the pain is worth something because we're getting somewhere. And I know my brain is gonna be in a bad place this year, and that's why it'll be more like the limbo logs. But that is much better than the aforementioned dying logs. So let's see how things go. We'll call this not day one, but resuming whatever day I was previously on with the logs, and we'll go from there. Really want to start getting these views up and starting to take this thing seriously, because basically I have two niches in business right now that are my main thing, and the first one would be health. And health is by far, of course, the most satisfying thing, because it dramatically helps people. And if I can sustain myself and my family while also helping people with health, that's just perfect, as good as it possibly could get. And it will make any of these wasted years suffering with these health problems and exorbitant amounts of money worth it, of course. So, like I said, if you want to follow along for the ride, I'm ready to go with you. So I will talk to you tomorrow.